Hello, good morning. And I guess there's just one way to do it, like I always say, and it's just to get out there, get off my doofus and just do it. So, good morning. I am your party artist. Yes, my name's Kim Overholt, and I'm here at my studio, Overholt Art and Entertainment Studio. And I am your hostess with all the toasts. My name's Kim Overholt. Yeah, I love to party with you with paint and show you how to do all kinds of art and teach you about art in the Niagara area here with an artistic a genius from Niagara. How's that sound? Sound good? Okay, good. So, welcome to Kim Overholt's Art and Entertainment. And today is, well, I mean, but it's Wellness Wednesday. And yeah, I'm totally being myself today. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this little bit of a segment that I'm going to teach you about relaxation. And if you want to be more like me, a little bit more relaxed, if you know me with my friends, you'll be like, okay, she really is relaxed. Come on. No, I do. I do have relaxations that I do for myself. I mean, doing art is something that it makes you really think. It puts things out there and makes you feel good about yourself. So doing art is always a bonus. So when it comes to Wellness Wednesday, well, I like to incorporate a little bit of everything that happens artistic wise and creativity wise, just so I can give it to you guys on a Wednesday where it's like, okay, so we're not drawing and we're not talking about magic. What can we do? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of my wellness routines, maybe that I do to kind of like as I get through my days. Um, I find that I do stuff that kind of makes me feel better about myself during the course of the day. If I'm having a low day, I'll maybe dress up a little bit more. If I know that I'm feeling down, I'll do something to make myself feel better. That way, if I'm looking all right, maybe somebody will give me a compliment. And when you get compliments, that makes you feel good too. So I do a lot of that. In the morning, I have myself a really good breakfast, and I'm usually up pretty early. So early risers, really, I have something to say about being up early. It really is important to really get up, watch that sunrise, and really just get used to the fact, that this is where we are, this is it, this is what we have, and we have to get this what we got going, right? So yeah, you start with out with the oh my gosh, you start out with a good breakfast, a very good breakfast, and like I say, watch the sunrise. That's always very nice. And if it's a cloudy day like it is today and you can't really watch the sunrise, get yourself into a better mood by doing some exercise. Little exercises, like something simple. Don't stress your body. Listen to some music and do a little stretching, like practice some yoga. It's still early enough. I mean, it's only 9 o'clock. Well, after 9 today, and it's still early. And I'm in my tights. I've already done my exercises, my stretching, my I haven't broken a sweat. I'm just moving my body around so that it doesn't stiffen up, because being in your 50s plus, you end up, if you don't use it, you lose it. So you got to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep that going. So, I'm a cheers. Here's to it, and from it, and to it again, because we never know when we'll be here to do it again. And I'm thirsty this morning. Keeping hydrated is very important too. Um, Eating properly, like, yes, definitely having good breakfast in the morning is very good. Uh, do I have any practices that I do? I meditation. I find my meditation I have when I draw. So I kind of like I zone in to get to thinking about what I want to do, and kind of mold my way through whatever I do when I get creative. So that's how I do my own kind of meditations. Um, it straightens, it gives you thoughts and things. It provokes a lot of inner feelings, that kind of thing. Um, um, excuse me. Did I mention? Yeah, I like to make people laugh too. So I find that, I also, when I'm not feeling in the best of moods, if I can make myself a little bit happier by, watching a little bit of improv is always good. Watching Whose Line Is It Anyway with, Colin Mockery and all those guys, those guys. That's always nice to do. I find, when you get the chance to just sit down and relax, when that day is done and you're finished with the day. And yesterday was such a strange day. I can't tell you how weird things were, and it wasn't even a full moon, so I don't even know what I was up with yesterday. But when I get done the day, and to manage my stress, I like to just sit back, relax, breathe deep, and just kind of reflect on the day, in with the coolness and out with the warm breath. And then you can feel yourself relaxing. And so at the end of the day, like as soon as I get home, it's 9 o'clock and I go to bed for 10. So I have to learn to calm down sometimes. And like yesterday was one of those days where it's not easy to just, finish your day and not want to talk about it, or not go, what happened? I was like, what's going on? What's wrong with people? What is going on in this world? Yeah, the future. Sometimes I'm like, ooh. So I have to sit and I have to breathe, and I let it just kind of like, okay, maybe it's not just me. Maybe there's other people in this world who are also kind of like, what's going on here? I'm not alone in this. I know I'm not. Sharing inspiring stories also kind of make you feel a little bit more at ease when you find somebody who can tell you something that'll make you feel better too, especially if you're not feeling especially 100% on that day, and you really would like to hear a good story that'll like cheer you up, that kind of thing. I watch a lot of YouTube videos myself, and those sometimes can put me on the edge of like laughing hysterically to bawling my eyes out. So it all depends on what you want to see, and what you want to bring into your surrounding, because obviously what you see, what you hear, and what you experience has an effect on you, obviously, because if it didn't, you wouldn't feel some of the things that you do, obviously. And I guess anger can be expressed in feeling, but I like to express it more with my art. And when I have negative thoughts, I try to, you know, I express them through my art. I think that I like, that's why I like to draw. Sometimes when I get upset, I just kind of, it takes me off somewhere else, and then I can, if sometimes when I feel like somebody's upset me, and if I can draw them, I will make a caricature of them, and then later on I can laugh at them, and that will kind of like, all right, that makes me feel better. Yeah, yeah. I sometimes I'm glad that I do have the sense of humor that I have, because it really gets me through a lot of things too. And it is good to have a sense of humor. So, Wellness Wednesday, I would incorporate a little bit of fun. So, if you ever have a chance, if you're feeling kind of blah right in the middle of the week, do something lively with yourself. I'm actually, I'm working today a little bit later, and I always have myself a little bit something that I want to do. So, uh, I'll uh, I'll bring my tin whistle to work. I've done that before, and on my break, I go into the mall, and the sound is so great. I just like to, and it doesn't bother anybody, and I'm not hurting anyone, but it makes me feel good. And like, I have to be bold sometimes if it's something that lifts other people's spirits. Sometimes when you do that, yeah, I when I was doing that, I had people looking at me and going, yeah, it's like, yeah, you need a little bit of something to kind of like make you feel happy. Because you know what, happiness really does count. And even if it is a little bit, it goes a long way. It really does. So find your own way of coping with different stresses. Try, maybe, like I say, try doing some drawing. Try doing a little bit of breathing. Go for a walk. Great things can happen when you walk around your neighborhood too, when you see people that you know, and you wave hi, and sometimes that makes you feel good too. It also makes you feel good. Um, there were times where I was feeling like really down, and I found that I recall how far I've gotten, and the people that have helped me along the way and inspired me, and that kind of set my mind better at ease too. So there's so many things that you can do for yourself to make you feel better. Obviously, there's a lot of things in this world that we all go through that are a little bit tough. We all have that crux that we're sailing along nicely, and then all of a sudden there's those waves coming, and it's going to kind of rock your boat a little bit. But you have to learn to navigate through all the bullshit. Basically, you got to kind of navigate through all the things that are, say, wounding your spirit, like the things that kind of bring you down. Don't let anything or anybody, for that matter, bring you down. It's all a matter of choice. It's all a matter of view. So, and that's what, and it's all a matter of view too. It's all a matter of what you put into your body is what you get out of it too. And, somebody was asking me yesterday a biodegradable sunscreen. I'm like, why would you need sunscreen? Sun is vitamin D. You get out there, you enjoy the sun. It's good for you. That's what's how you feel better. You get outdoors and you enjoy it. Like, I feel bad that it's rainy and yucky out there, but I'm here helping you, helping myself feel better about the day. And yeah, so it's a little bit of a win-win situation going on here for sure. I'm gonna have another drink. Cheers. Yeah, for sure. I think that everybody has their own little times when they're trying their best to feel good and it's not working. They're like, but you don't give up. Don't give up. And everybody has a dream. Everybody has that thing that they've always wanted to do. Now, make sure it doesn't involve hurting anybody, because we want to make sure that everybody is like happy and healthy. God forbid that anybody should want to think that something good would be like trying to hurt something or do vengeance against somebody. That's like, no. If you spend your life being vengeful, you're going to waste your time always just grinding that knot, making it worse. You have to let go. And I find that, it's great to let go of all of I know it's some people's like, "Ah, it's hard. I can't. There's so many things. There's so many, of course, everybody has things that they hold on to because they are memories, and some memories are good and some memories aren't. So you have to learn to channel the good things for yourself so that whenever you feel down, you can perk yourself, like snap back out of it and say, okay, that was then, this is now. Now things have a chance to change. I can change them now. And as corny, I know it's corny as it may seem. Yeah. As sometimes that's all you need. And sometimes that's what works. And you got to go with what works sometimes, right? You know, it's all about uh, personal growth, and it's all about sharing, uh, it's and self-care. And self-care, it really just means, don't be afraid to give a little bit of me time, because sometimes you deserve a little bit of me time, not me time. In the meantime, you deserve a little me time. Yeah. And let me see what else. Okay. Yeah, not just getting up early. Adequate sleep is also important. Now, the last couple nights, well, let me backtrack. I have deteriorating discs in my neck. Okay. So it's been starting back up again. And for a couple weeks there, it's been really kind of aggravating, right to the point where I can't get comfortable at night and have a hard time sleeping. And in the morning, I'm usually a little bit groggy and having a hard time limping down the stairs until I can get myself motivated to get myself going. And then I'm fine. But it's just, yeah, when you're having a hard time sleeping, maybe you got a pain that just doesn't go away. It's unfortunate because, I mean, it's just that one thing, and it causes like arm issues. It causes me to have like sometimes, well, it's not as bad as it was because I used to have tingly issues in my fingers. That's not so much an issue anymore. I can, like before I could feel tingles in my little pinky, and now I don't, because I know it's a nerve that's in my neck. It happened from an accident that I had way back in, I think it was 97. Yeah, well, it was, we got rear-ended by a limousine of all things that were going to the WWF, Worldwide Wrestling Federation. And yeah, so yeah, it was a limousine driver that smashed us from behind, and then we got forwarded into a Jimmy, which, Jimmy's, and our little topaz turned into an accordion. And luckily we didn't get like seriously, but yeah, a lot whiplash. Like my neck right now is still like not 100%. My hubby's, he still has issues, and he's a painter, so he's always got his neck in this position and he's always rolling and rolling. So we both suffer And sometimes it gets worse for me because when I saw it coming where he didn't, and so he was a little bit more flexible where I stiffened up, and so my neck really got a lot of damage. And you know what? I'm glad I'm not medicated. I don't have to take it for the pain. The pain can be tolerable. I can tolerate it. And but the thing is that sometimes it does go away, and sometimes I have to. I am, and I have not taken anything for it, but there are times where you have to take something for it when it gets to the point where you can't bear it anymore. You have to take something for it. But luckily I've gotten to the point where it's kind of easing off now. And but everyone just finding a comfortable spot, so when you're sleeping at night, to be comfortable is really really good. If you find you're very uncomfortable when you're sleeping, I think you either have to A, change your mattress, or B, find another position. So doing that, some days I wake up a little bit tired, excuse me. Sometimes I wake up like right up out of bed, and I can go, but I have my days. And the older you get, the more like it's like, I'm going to drag myself out of bed in the morning. I mean, I try not to drag myself, but sometimes it's like, it's like, I drag myself out of bed. And I was like, yeah. Anywho, yeah, so Wellness Wednesday, I mean, I really enjoy getting stuff ready for that. I mean, and getting stuff ready for that. Getting prepared for Wellness Wednesday because, yeah, I think about it. I was thinking about it yesterday in Magic Tuesday. I was thinking about Wellness Wednesday and thinking to myself, what would be a good thing to, yeah, you know what? I always find that talking about some of the things that I did while I was a magician's assistant always kind of makes me laugh because I think about like it's all about timing. And there was times when I was the magician's assistant where oh, what was it? There was the okay. There's one time where I was cueing the music too, so there was when it first started out, I was just being the assistant. By the end of it, we were sharing everything that I could to help him get set, to help the magician, my friend Ken, get all set up for doing the magic show. So I just run the music and then get into the prop and blah blah blah. But this one time, I just clicked on the wrong sound bed, and when we started, it was like, oh! I realized as I was sitting inside the box already, going, I put on the wrong music. And I heard Ken saying, la, 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 smooth as silk. He went over to the side and quickly changed the music and like, wow, okay. So that was great. I mean, oh my gosh, he fixed that. But there was a lot of other things that happened during the course of, and I mean, timing is always of the essence. By the time I got off the road with Ken, poor Ken, he hated my guts. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to get myself a computer to take the place of being of having an assistant because this is like useless. I'm like, oh, thanks. I didn't take it seriously. No, I know there was no hard feelings. I only had like it was a 15 shows in 20 days with only 2 days of rehearsal. I've had done other magic with another magician, Danny Z, but that was not as complex, but understandable. I could still do it. I did the whole thing. We went on the 15 shows still happened. Save for maybe a couple that we went to the place and they were like, no, there's no magic show happening. I'm like, okay, I guess we're just hanging out in where the heck we are. Where are we? Somewhere up north. I don't know where we are. And yeah, so we got to enjoy a lot of places up north too, which is really nice. If you never get the chance to go exploring where you live, you should, because really there's a lot of cool things to see. When I was up north, we were in Bracebridge, we were in Carlton Place. Were in there was Lions Falls. There was all kinds of things. We went to the world famous Marty's coffee house, which Marty's world famous coffee house was like the wildest experience I think I've ever had without having to have alcohol at all. It was like, okay, I think all of his staff had quit that day, or something was going on. There was something going on that day. He was acting like everything was like nice and normal, but on the sorry, on the door they had already put down the looking for, and it basically listed almost all the people that were, that worked in this particular place. Now it was kind of small, but it had like a big little background, and he served not just coffee, but he was like a cafe, so they had butter. Well, he was world famous butter tarts. Mike's world famous butter tarts. I don't even know. Years later, it's like who. But we went into this coffee shop, and oh, I guess Mike Myers was there. Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's part of what makes it famous. But yeah, it was an interesting experience to say the least, with the spiral staircase and the bathroom. That's I have a thing for bathrooms, and I'll tell you that at another time. This is like a little fetish I have with bathrooms. Okay, and it's not bad. It's a learning experience because people are weird, but especially in bathrooms. But I will explain that at another time, because like there's so many things, like being a magician's assistant and going on the road and seeing how things are all set up, and seeing how, like every bathroom has something that's different and strange, and there's something wonderful about bathrooms, and I think I'll do a segment on that one time. You gotta see. Yeah, I have to tell you, I've written about it before, and I had a blog about it once too. I don't know why. I just one of those things that just gets me, and it makes me feel, um, makes me laugh, and I just, if maybe other people can explain it to me, I would be at a great, that would help me very, very much. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, like this is the way that you manage your stress, and you talk about it, and you get it out into the open, and you think about it, and you solve it, and you move on, and there's always more stuff coming. I know there's a saying that says this. It's mean that once you get through all the bullshit, there's always more bullshit on top of other bullshit coming. So don't sweat it, And I always tell, there's a message that I left myself. My past self left myself a message to my future self the one time, and said something very, very important. And I'm going to stress it to you guys right now, Wellness Wednesday. I'm going to tell you something that I should have just listened to yourself when you say, oh my goodness, okay, when you're feeling like you're all like you're all afraid up, that this is the point where you're going to snap. Just remember, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't all of a sudden think that, oh my God, this is it. Da, 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 da. Don't panic. Think. Because, oh boy, you can avoid a lot of problems if you just sit and just think about it before you go and do stuff. I always tell people, when I go out and do some of the things that I do, I've thought it over in my head already. Playing the tin whistle out in the mall. It's not the first time I've done it. It's because I've thought about it, and I have heard acoustically what it sounds like, and I've thought, well, I'm going to bring it and see. And I have, and it does make all the difference. Oh my gosh, it's one of those things, right? So, Wellness Wednesday. Let's incorporate everything back together again, because yeah, I could go on forever, but I just want to keep it short, sweet, quick and painless. And I'm preparing for Entertainment Thursday. As you can see, I've got my Fender amp over here. Here, but let me put my amp there. See my amp? My nice Fender amp. Yeah. So I've got my little orange cord. That's my ukulele cord that plugs into my ukulele. And yes, that's David Bowie. And yeah, there's a couple dancing girls there. And that's yeah. And that's the calendar. And it is June. Yes. Yeah, so I do have the right calendar around. I'm on time, and I'm in the right place at the right time. And I hope you are in the right place at the right time. It's so crazy. I feel it. I feel it. This is a great time to be alive. And I hope that you realize how great it is that you're in the world. Not me, you. Yeah. So, Wellness Wednesday being what it is, I just want to say thank you very much for tuning in. And Should I send you out with a song? Look, I got my microphone over here. I could sing you a couple of songs if you like. No, no, no. We'll save that for tomorrow, okay? We'll Wellness Wednesday. Oh, let me go a little bit this way. You can see my unicorn. There we go. Okay, we go back to normal there. Okay, yeah, we'll put you where I first started out. Okay, so Wellness Wednesday has been a fantastic one today, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I want to say thank you to everybody who's come and supported me and really, appreciate what I do. I appreciate you guys too because you don't know. It means more to me than you can ever know. And in that note, thanks. And if you want to subscribe, please do, because tomorrow is Entertainment Thursday, and I try to entertain. I give you a little bit of something. Um, who knows what it'll be? I could do your monologue tomorrow. I could play a few songs. Oh, today did a like a whole bit of Elton John. You know what? I didn't realize how many Elton John songs I actually knew. Do you know any Elton John songs? What one is your favorite? I have so many. There's so many different ones. And now that I can play ukulele properly too, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't have to buy the album. I can sing it for myself, and that's great. I love that stuff. That makes me feel good when I can do things for myself. I don't know about you, but I feel great when I do it for me. When I used to do karaoke and stuff, I used to be like a little bit nervous, a little bit scared about doing kind of things like that. But then I realized and everybody's doing the same thing I do. We're all wanting to just get better and do it and try it and see it because we know we can do it. We can do it. And I know you can do it because you're here and you can feel the positivity. I know you can. And on that note, I hope you have a fantastic day. And like I say, stretch, get some exercise, eat well, don't eat the junk. Stay away from all that the sugary stuff. I'm doing my best too. We're all like human. What can we do? Maybe once in a while we sneak a chocolate or two. Whatever. You do what you want without harming others, okay? Just be good to yourself. That's all I can ever ask. Because I'm doing my best to just be good to me. So you be good to you, okay? And I will see you tomorrow. I hope. I want to do some. Yeah, you will definitely see me tomorrow. I'm gonna think about it. Yeah, you will see me tomorrow. It's gonna be fantastic. Even though I'm thinking about it, it's gonna be even better than I just thought of it. Even better than I thought. So, a peace, oh brother, with a little bit added, as my mama used to say. And of course, I have to talk about what I heard. I heard that Brad Pitt's kids don't want to take his last name now. Now there's the turn of events. I wonder what that means. Neither here nor there. He doesn't care, and I don't. It doesn't matter, I guess. Well, you know what? I was thinking to myself, there's Father's Day coming up, and if he wanted to be a good dad, why couldn't he? I would rather have think that maybe he could be the best dad ever, but maybe there's something going on where he can't. Maybe he's trying really hard and he just doesn't. He can't. But whatever. Neither here nor there. It has nothing to do with me because I'm way over here, right? So, but anyways, I always want to say thank you and thank you to Brad Pitt for having a sense of humor because man, yeah, I go on about it way too much. So I hope you have a great day. You guys are wonderful. You rock my world. Honestly, you do. And if you want to hang out with me for see me entertain you tomorrow, you come on by. You come and see me.